The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl, on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Cleveland Clinic, Easy Car Sales, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
And abuse me, I leave them with the brown. The work goes for so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Of all they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them work to slap them in them face. Why are yes, you are your crew can go to well. Cause after we know under you could only spell them tell. Hey, and all those books you stole away, all those kids you led astray.
And welcome, TGI Friday. This is a Talking Edge Friday. Yes, this Pearly, this ain't Naughty, this the good-looking one. Here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. So good to be here with you today, filling in for my good friend, giving him a relief performance. Pops ain't doing too hot today, so he's coming along, but he had to deal with him and be there with him to take care of some things. So I know what he's going through. I've been through it, so got to take your dad, make sure he's all right. So we wishing Pops all the best. Get well soon. You know, ain't nowhere to go yet. Just hang here with us. And so Naughty could, be out and doing things. So how's everybody today? You don't want to be talking heads today?
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Is how you can be a talking head. You can call me at 323-6232, 323-6232, or 325-4316. That's 325-4316 or 325-4259. Yes, 325-4259. And you could always, from the family islands and outside the country, call me toll free. 242-300-5720. That's 242-300-5720. And of course, if you're just shy with the phone, you could text me on the text line, which is powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Let me hear from you. It's a Friday. We're going to wrap up the week. We're going to talk about all the hot things that happened this week. I know there's only one real subject we want to talk about right now, but we should find out what's going on in the headlines first.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
So let's see what's in the headlines in The Guardian today. Eroded. Monroe says indictment will likely impact trust between OPBAC partners. Monroe CID proceeding. Chamber has concerns about possible Trump tariffs. Officers discuss plan to transport money from U.S. to Bahamas. Indictment alleges. Wow. Serious. And in the business section, back to it, Chamber has concerns about possible Trump tariffs. If they're enacted, they would undoubtedly have a disastrous impact on the business community in the Bahamas, as we are an import-reliant country. Boy, IDB approves $100 million conditional credit line for water and sanitation sector. Chamber wants lower cost of doing business amid GDP upswing, and crawfish season, one of the best, at $12 per pound. Wow. Only the rich can eat that. So how's everybody out there doing? It's been a long week. It's been an interesting week, a trying week for our country. And I'm hearing, you see the indictment that came out. I've read it. Most of all of us, I probably think, read it. Now you're hearing the spin doctors out there working. Don't put politics in this, don't do this, and someone said there's only allegations. It's an indictment, which means they intend to prosecute. So it's and then you see that, this one, he was in charge of the airport, and so you don't know what's going on there, and they were transporting this, guns, all that stuff. It doesn't look good. And then our minister can say, this eroded the trust. So what we can do about it? Or they don't let us in the radar room. Okay. What we can do about it? And I can say, can you blame them? Guess on what we see happen this week, can you blame them? Can you blame them? Tex says, great show as usual, Pearly. Tell the producer, play the song, Push It to the Limit. You know that song, Mr. Producer? Give me a little taste when we go for a break. Great show as usual, Pearly. Remember back in the day, you get caught making a run, that on you. Is that still the rule, or people snitching? I remember people used to take that 35 years like a man. You know, that's the next talk, on the streets. I love saying that. That's the next talk on the road. Will these fellas talk? Will they tote their blows? Because you getting catch with trying to conspiracy to import cocaine, conspiracy with guns, possession of guns. But I don't know. I think some of them might turn what they call state's evidence. We say Crown in the Bahamas, but over there, state's evidence. I too pretty to give. It's me, I singing. La 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 la. But when you make up your bed, you got to sleep in it. You reap what you sow. And if you decide that you want to get rich quick stuff, that's what can happen. That's what can happen. And to be honest with you, I know some of them. I feel sorry for them because, that ain't what we about. We shouldn't be about that on this road. Caller, how you do? You on the air?
Good afternoon, Curly. How are you?
I'm right here trying to stay out of trouble.
I'm calling you because I believe you'll be more of a help to me.
I can try.
I have a situation going on with a report I made to the police about one of my staff members stealing. And I've had the report in from September the 20th or something like that. Mm-hmm. Now, I heard Dunkin' Donuts already got their people in, and other people already
I saw
got
that in the
their people
papers,
in for
yeah.
stealing.
Uh-huh.
I've been trying, and I called them today, and the officer's going to tell me, say, the lead investigator hasn't been in for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. And all this time I'm calling them, and they wouldn't update me or keep me informed. And it's like I told them today, I'm just visiting Dixie. So what I need, because see, the person I want to put in court is, they already got me before the labor board. I've already been before national insurance because I won't sign what they want me to sign. And it seems like I can't get no justice, and I put my things in way before they went to these people. And the police are just turning me around. So what I want is for when the police come to lock me up for not signing the national insurance form, I want a reporter to be on hand or to know about my story. So when I'm finished, I go straight to them, and they put it on the radio, on the talk show, on the newspaper. Because I can't see how I've been behind this situation to try and get justice for my things that were stolen.
Uh-huh.
And this 3 months now.
Have you reached G's office?
No, I haven't gone. I've been trying to do it the right way by going up there on Nassau Street to the crime, what they call it, something with the computers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Internet theft.
I know, yeah.
And
Commercial
I've been
crime.
trying to follow the procedure they've been telling me, but I'm not getting anywhere. All they're doing is telling me this, or telling me that, and they're going to call me back. They don't call back. I have to keep calling them. And Christmas is coming, and I know I'm just not going to get anywhere. So what I've been thinking is, if I have a reporter that I can call and update him so he can publish this.
I'll tell you what to do. I'm going to put you on hold. I want you to give your name and your number to my producer, and I'll reach out to you afterwards and get a little more information, and I'll speak to somebody for you. Fair enough?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, my brother. Interesting. If I was police right now, I would be working so hard and trying. Every time somebody comes to the station, I courteous, I nice, I trying to win back the public support. Every officer, and it's sad that I have to say they should do this because they're, like I say, I believe they're far more. I didn't want to use the bad English, but I can say very far more, many far more, much plenty more than good than bad in the police force. And to go through this, and it's sad that the good ones have to do it, but everybody have to work hard now to build their reputation back and work with people and try to have the confidence of the people. You got some police officers who know how to talk to people now, and they got to learn to fix that. And I can be real with that. You got to learn to fix that. Let's see here. Text says, remember the $1 billion drug bust in Grand Harbor months back. Also remember the police association folk whom were arrested in the Southern Islands who were caught trafficking. It's time for Outback and the Coast Guard to stop sharing intel with government. Oh, boy. Yes. Caller, you on there. How you doing? Caller, are you there?
Hi, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine, thanks. Talking with police officers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a accident where someone ran up under my car, right?
Yes.
And the police came on the scene. And when they came on the scene, they did something different. Instead of they writing up, like, I didn't know he was right the report.
The intent to prosecute report is give each person,
He did it. He did it on his phone. Okay?
Okay.
I thought that was so strange. So he said,
I mean, I don't know, and I'm only speculating here, but I guess with technology, they may have it on their phone or a tablet and they could just type it in, but they should be able to give you something, or did they say they didn't give you anything?
No. Right? He told me to be on day, right? It was like weekend Saturday. So we gone there to the station, me and the gentleman. He never showed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went back there Monday, and I was explaining to the CEO, the person who was in charge, right?
Uh-huh.
I was telling him I don't think it was done the right way, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like what happened is, can I have this? Oh, y'all don't have no one. Okay, so I said, you still there, right?
I'm here.
So instead of he standing up listening to me, I trying to explain to you, he stuck his feet and walked right away.
Wow.
Just walked right away.
Did you get his?
Huh?
Did you get his number?
I say the person who in charge of the traffic police, whatever his name is,
Oh.
the gentleman who in charge. I was like, what, you know, I thought that was I think,
So you had no satisfaction. You got no report, no satisfaction.
None
Are you trying to figure?
whatsoever.
Okay.
You know, and I was able to get straightforward me and the gentleman went to the shore,
Uh-huh.
and he was able to get photo. But you know, it was just, I mean, they just changed their whole attitude in September.
Sounds interesting.
I don't know what's that possible. I told him, I don't never want to do this ever again. Just walk right away. I said, I'm going to talk to you. I'm supposed to be so disrespectful to me, you know.
Uh-huh.
But anyhow, I just wanted to add that. And I just saying this because I hope he's listening. He's very rude.
Boy.
He's
Somebody from traffic, somebody from traffic listening and get that message back there.
Yes, but Ken Strong was such a sweetie. The gentleman before that, the bright guy,
Lockhart,
know. So
yeah,
nice.
Superintendent Lockhart, yeah, they were
He's
good there.
this
Yeah.
one.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay then.
Thank you, darling. Wow. Holy cow. you know, it's sad that we have, and I'm sure others will tell this. I was use the word horror stories with our police, and that I don't want. I ain't saying I don't want to hear it, saying like you can't call me. I don't want to hear it because it's sad to hear that this happening, and we really got to do something about that. I hope officer, call you on the air. How you doing?
Hiya, Pearlie.
Pearlie L, how are you?
I am good.
I be trying not to light up so much when you call. I be this big smile and everything. I don't want people, get too suspicious here. How you doing today? What's up?
Look at this. Anyway, Pearlie, like what me and Manu said about now, this is eating out at the trust that we have.
Eroding the trust, yeah. Uh-huh.
Our police force.
Uh-huh.
I would like them to specify which case is eating at that because this whole year so far, there's been one after the other. There's been one situation, and it's always a high-ranking police officer. And, like the lady was saying, how she felt the way the officer handled her was disrespectful. Me, I can't do what she did because I'm afraid of them. If I come and say something like that about them, I feel like they can put their boys to come and hunt me down.
Look for you, eh?
Yeah, that's what some of them now. Some of them are spiteful, and like you said, the majority of them are good officers. But the good officers, believe it or not, are the low-ranking officers.
Oh boy, no, there's some high-ranking ones that are good. I know some of them high-ranking officers who are good officers.
Some of them are. You understand me?
Yeah.
I think it was on Dwight's show. I think it was when I made the comment. I said, think about it. I said, if you look at it, Minute sent home some people, right? Who knows what he saw, why he sent it home?
Okay.
Because, I mean, think about it now. The commissioner who's there now, Fernandez, he was one of those that was sent home.
Yes.
Look at what's coming out under his tenure.
On his watch, It doesn't look good.
You know, exactly.
Police
That's why
officers arrested for
I
rape.
said what I said yesterday.
Voice note scandal. I call it voice note gate. Voice gate. You got senior officers. Go ahead.
When I said people, we wanted to chew minutes up when he said what he said on the world stage concerning corruption.
Yeah.
And now, his foot in his mouth, because the world is noticing the corruption now coming out. And look who, the ones who are supposed to be making sure that the law is followed, making sure that we stay in line, are the ones who are out of line.
They're the ones who are supposed to be protecting us. And
Pardon me?
they're the ones that's supposed to be protecting us. Doing a good job of that. And like I said before, and I'll say again, it's only a couple of them doing this, making the rest look bad.
It is. Generally, the criminals that we have, the murderers that we have going on out here, there's only a handful. But it makes us look bad.
But I still say we need a commission of inquiry. Let's get it out.
And
once we do this, let's do a serious public relation effort to develop the trust and grow the trust back in the police force with fresh.
I think we need to sign a petition on that because they're listening to us. So I think we need to get up a petition on that and see how much signatures we could get to push them to do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, Pearlie. Not a problem. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Pearlie?
All right, Joe. What's happening?
Listen, let me put another twist on this whole incident with this police and defense force officer, right?
Okay.
We ever stop and wonder how these Haitian stoops is sail right through the Bahama Islands and end up right on the beach in Nassau?
It's been a question that has been asked before.
So if these fellas them selling giving the smugglers those smugglers the coordinates of the defense force and the police officer books, who's to say they ain't doing it to the dope boys? Who's to say they ain't doing it for the humans, for the smuggling?
If you're doing it for the dope boys, I probably allegedly or probably or could be doing it for the human smugglers.
Because I guess finally it's impossible for a Haitian slip to cruise straight up through the Bahama Chains.
Well, what they do is they come up north of Cuba and right out the 12-mile thing, and they come all the way up. That's what I hear. I don't know personally, but
I just begs in the question where they was how they know what time to come through these things through that channel.
Point.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the sad part about this whole thing with the Prime Minister, right? The Prime Minister has yet to reprimand any one of his ministers, anyone in high office for the things what's going on under his watch.
You know what somebody said yesterday? If this was one of the junior MPs, one of the first time one of them junior MPs, he probably would have asked for their resignation. But why ain't asking for the senior ones? Everyone know where the bone's buried. I don't know. I'm just asking.
But we really can't say that because when the MP for North Africa was mixed up in this rape thing, he didn't ask for his resignation.
Innocent until proven guilty? It's something like that.
But again, it's the perception.
Yeah.
If one of your MPs get caught up in a rape charge, that's cause for you know what I mean? And it happens so often.
Yeah. Well, look at the guy who President-elect Trump picked to be his
Matt Gaetz.
Gaetz was accused. They say he paid out some people, and he stepped down so it don't be no confusion. And that's the honorable thing to do.
That don't happen under this administration.
No, it does. Dwayne Sands was gotten problems with bringing some COVID swabs in, and he had to resign. Peter Turnquest's name was called in something which he's been exonerated, but he's been exonerated and everything. But he got the opposition at the time eating for breakfast, and he had to step down. He did the honorable thing.
So this thing with the Prime Minister right now, we just wait for the next incident to happen. This ain't nothing gonna come out of this. Under this administration, it's always a culture for corruption and a culture for crime.
Boy, That's not good if you. That's not good if you have that reputation. And I hear a lot. I hear the government, the PLPs try to say the FNM is corrupt, but all we hear is these brothers getting themselves in trouble. While you say, "Oh, that one corrupt," while you saying that one corrupt, your people doing foolishness.
Yeah, and not only doing foolishness, they bold with it. Like they said, man, this my thing, man. This I tired of this. I can take this. This is my thing.
We in charge.
So ain't nothing gonna come out of this. We just go wait for the next incident to happen. We can make noise again until the next incident happens.
I think
and it's not.
I think the Bahamian people are as tolerant as they were, and if you don't do something about it, you can pay for it when you ring that bell.
But it's too late now because Okay, let's go back to BEC with Alfred Sayers. Then you go back to Joe Kobe where she allegedly knocked down the police. You got Keith Bell in immigration. And we John.
And a lot of other rumors going on out there. But we'll see. We'll see. I have faith. We'll see. But I can go to a break.
All right, bud.
All right, brother. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. We can take a quick break, caller. Don't you go anywhere. Don't you go anywhere, caller. Don't go anywhere, caller. I'm coming to you. Please don't go anywhere. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's a Talking Heads Friday. We can take a quick break and call. I'm coming right back to you. We'll see you in a sec.
Don't look down, just keep your head or you'll be finished. Open up the limit. Past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it.
Bring flavor home for the holidays with a KFC Festive Feast. Create timeless memories with a $20 KFC Festive Bucket, brimming with 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits, or decorate the dinner table with a mega Festive Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, 4 biscuits, a large corn and mashed potato duo with a side of gravy, and 4 of our new pumpkin dessert biscuits. Crunch the holidays however you want and let us do the dishes. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
Are you dreaming of an EV? Now is the time. Easy Car Sales is offering unbelievable deals on 2024 models with end-of-year discounts. Plus, quick and simple in-house financing makes it easy for everyone to go electric. Take a test drive and experience the thrill today at EV City on Abundant Life or Gladstone Road. Step into a smarter, more affordable drive with Easy Car Sales, your trusted EV and warranty provider since 2016.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama Market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. Listen, if they had me on camera, they see me doing the Trump dance just now. I done it Bahamian way. I don't have no rhythm and I doing the Trump dance. Carly on there, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Purdy? Cialan Johnson.
Hey, Cialan, how you doing, my brother?
I hear people talking around the edges of this.
Uh-huh.
This is huge.
It is.
This is even bigger than the 1982 corruption that led to that commission of inquiry. Understand this. You remember the man that was initially held in the Giovanno killing? In the U.S. case?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Involving drugs? Right,
Yeah.
he's involved with it. His name is in court. Was called in this indictment also.
Yes. I you know, there's a person that who be sending these voice notes around and a drop on my phone today, and I heard and he mentioned the person's name is a pilot as well, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
So what happens is there's a lot of talk about been going around about these orchestrated murders and drug dealers killing each other. Listen to me. Let's listen to this again. The United States says we have seized tons of cocaine, not kilos. Tons.
I said that yesterday. They didn't realize tons, not hundreds, not thousands, tons.
Tons. Right. I want you to listen to what they said.
Uh-huh.
They said, but the facilitation of the cocaine they didn't catch is pale in comparison to this.
Wow.
That's what it says.
So if they caught 1 ton, 10 tons got through.
With the help of our people. See, this
boy.
is, and listen to me, you know one person do this. Listen, man, you have customs, right? You have the police. People moving in and out, that brings immigration. Who did I leave out of? Prison? The prison where there are people who was arrested, they said orders are coming out of the prison.
Civil
this covers the
aviation.
entire armed forces.
Yeah.
And this one guy sitting at the airport, you really believe that he facilitated?
No, he got
hundreds of millions
he's
of
the
dollars.
boss. Somebody got to turn on the lights.
But it's so many. That's what I'm saying to you. So this is a process going on. Then you have the prime minister who says in Parliament that he noticed an uptick in trafficking in drugs and stuff. So he asked the U.S. government, but they don't tell him. We're talking about
They don't be home long enough to get. They might have called for me and they might have said, he ain't home.
But this is where, again, you have the minister of foreign affairs, you have the minister of national security who's in charge of all of those different armed forces. You have the minister of finance that's in charge of customs, right?
Yep.
So this encapsulates the entire thing. There's no padding this because this goes right into the other case that we've been waiting for people to finish investigating.
Yep.
You understand? So what we have to do is we have to understand. You know, it says Ray Monroe says likely impact. This is where for 3 years these people said we take them on the boat, take the Bahamians on the boat only because it requires them to be on the boat, but we don't trust them inside of our cabin to see what we're doing or whatever.
Yeah.
This says that technically the most important aspect of OBAT in 40 years has been broken, has been compromised to such an extent that we have to go back almost to 1982 or whatever and rebuild that association. And so what happens is this calls for total reform of our entire armed forces and the processes and things that we do. People fight to remain in an analog state because digitization locks in evidence, locks in process, locks in everything.
You know,
that
file
you
could go
can't
missing like
modify,
that.
You can't hide, you can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Even if you delete it, you could find it.
Right. So this is where you need leadership right now.
Okay.
Remember, we say we are 23 years into the 21st century,
Yeah.
and we have not done anything. We spend millions and millions. We've spent probably over the last 30, 40, 50 years, $3-4 billion in technology. We can't get even a paper document.
Wow.
And so you have companies, Fortune 500 companies that have not spent as much on technologies as we have, and nothing seems to work. We need, and we talk about what is the things to combat crime and everything else. It's the growth of the economy. We say we want to tax Bahamians more. Let me ask you, let's think about this, Naughty.
No, this Pearly
If
now.
I'm
This the better looking one now. This Pearly.
Right,
Okay.
Pearly, this I'm saying to you. If I'm taking 20% in taxes from you directly, customs, everything for
Yeah.
your $100, right?
Uh-huh.
So now I want to take 30 from you. Why don't I make sure you make 50 and I take the same 20% and you still will have the same amount because I've grown your income.
And it's been said you can't tax yourself for the problems.
Absolutely.
You
So
cannot.
we need growth of the economy. We need the new economic models to be embraced, the microeconomies and everything else. This is not what you are not hearing. Go to the Bloomberg weighted numbers. In fact, I personally believe that the Prime Minister should call an election and not offer. The PLP should not offer themselves, period.
Wow.
You know? So this is how bad this is because what happens is you have Trump coming in who have said this. You remember what he said about the nasty things? We have people in the Bahamas that and
during
this
the
is before
COVID.
that coming through the Bahamas and doing things, bringing drugs and guns.
Said bad people coming from the Bahamas.
Right, and so now you have them there for 4 years setting the process and policy. We have to now convince the relationship. When you look at the indictment, for years, myself and others have been referring to us as the third border. We never really saw that in any type of official thing. Now we're seeing we're
Yes.
the third border.
Yeah.
And that changes the dynamics of who we are and the role we have to play. This is now time for big boy leadership. And I don't care if we have to push the entire defense force and go find 3,000 young people that are just finishing school. And this is it, Pearlie. The best way for us to fix this, right, is to submit a complete dossier on every police officer that we, in every the armed forces we have, to the United States. They don't have to tell us why. Just send us back everyone with a check mark and all the ones with an X.
Wow.
And so we don't have to, discount. They don't have to reveal to us that this person is doing this, whatever, because they could be building their cases or they could know who they want.
Yeah, yeah.
But clearly, we need bigger, we need better, we need leadership, and this is the time for real leadership to call. And you know where my support is? My support is Michael Pintard and the Free National Movement for this new dispensation to the Bahamas and a reboot of an inclusive opportunity and ownership economy. And
Thank you,
nobody else can do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. See, Alan, it's good. Call you on there. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
But we know what's going on. Or we don't know what's going on.
Your patience and your fortitude yesterday evening on the radio with dealing with that situation with Antoine.
Okay. I didn't know. I thought I'd lose my patience. I thought I'd lose.
This is huge.
It is.
Early.
It is.
And the government try to make it seem like this a little small thing. But this, like he said, is bigger than the Commission of Inquiry situation, man.
This is huge.
You understand? And it's so many elements to this. Like he elaborated on, that man ain't the only man. He ain't the general. He ain't the chief. You understand? He was in place.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Allegedly, he was in place, man.
He's one of the generals, but he ain't the senior man.
This is so deep, man. This a black eye on our armed forces.
This is a black eye on our country.
Who we have to trust.
Yeah.
To protect us and defend our country, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? This like what you call it? Treason.
Some people may equate it to that.
That's what it is. This is treason against your country. How you as an officer allegedly supposed to be protecting us and you was the one bringing in all these tons of coke and tons and these guns in the country and then say why these guys are killing all these people and things.
Yeah.
You understand? This don't make no sense, man.
And
it's a systematic problem.
And go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, brother. You go ahead. I always get that.
This is a deep systematic problem, man. Infiltrated and cut off at the neck, the head. You understand? All them guys, the what do you name the head of the police and all them,
the commissioner, the commodore of defense,
what it is?
Minister of National Security. Yes, the Minister of National Security.
They got man do the right thing, man.
Yeah, do the honorable thing.
This fall on your shoulders. This on your watch.
Yeah.
You understand? These guys don't respect y'all if they doing these things.
Yeah.
Obviously. So this under y'all, watch y'all got to step down, man, and a lot of other people got to step down. I hearing some takes out there. When these names come down now, y'all gonna be shocked, man.
I don't hear so many names, and I said, you know what, I just gonna wait. But a lot of people are anxious for the names to come out, and the bottom line is, you know what, you can't stop it. It can come.
They coming.
Now, if you want to hold it till after Christmas, so these brothers can have a good Christmas, and then you can drop it in January, then tell me that's so I can relax and go, finish pacing on Gosnell.
Our Prime Minister know these names.
You know what? I believe he does.
He does.
In my heart, I believe he does because
he does.
If he doesn't, then why are you Prime Minister? Why are you in charge of this country if you don't know what's going on?
Why you going to New York if you can find out the information?
But maybe you in Dubai, you in Grenada, you in Guyana, you up in Egypt. You traveling too much. You ain't in touch.
All right.
Okay.
And from last year and the year before that, when they got in, the Bahamian people is telling them, but you got to fix your parliament, but fix your it almost raised to the Christie Parliament, man. But at least we know Christie was a humble fella, he what I mean?
Nice, my brother,
he was laid back and and let them take control, but you were supposed to be a tough fella.
Okay.
You understand? And they have full control of that parliament. These same people do whatever they want to.
32 seats.
With our money.
Yep.
With our resources.
Yep.
All right, Burley.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate the call. Wow. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Yeah, bless up, Burley.
Hey, my brother. What's happening?
Give thanks.
Every day.
The thing is, we have all forgotten God in this particular model in which God will reveal truths. You know, when I was young, my pa, he used to believe, even he asked me about smoking marijuana. I tell him no. Eventually, he found out. So what I'm saying is, I'm not intrigued by the names. The list is long as the river Thames, and there will be some flames, right? I'm not intrigued. Some names are being thrown out there, but you and I should have read between the lines and say to hell with the headlines and realize that they prorogue the house or close the house, whatever word.
Suspend the house.
Right?
Yes, suspend the house.
And
yeah.
so it's not mysterious now. One to be naive to believe or conceive that I'm not even worrying about the 21st of May 2021. From they started to do that, they're already watching you before that.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you the head start and whatever, right? But you know your boy's a pilot, right?
Who, you?
Your officer. You know he's a pilot, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know. All right.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, the thing is, they're killing the ghetto. I mean, they're doing the ghetto. Like killing them with persecution for little weed and things like that.
Yeah.
Carrying them to court, carrying them to hospital, and all of this and that.
And they passed this law, and they enact it yet, right?
What I'm saying is the insensitivity and the brutality in which they carry it out. So these things go beyond what we are hearing, because when you look at the dubious shooting collectively over the years and what been circulating that God allowed to come out on social media, even you and I, what I was said on your show a couple of weeks ago, I'm a dummy, right? And I'm a Colombian, and I put millions of dollars on a plane and just take a big chance like a lottery and just fly and land a plane somewhere without talking to someone in power. So that's what I was trying to show people. But what I'm saying is God of a way revealing all truths.
In time.
But the people are not standing, so we will be duped, and some people will be hard to convince them of the level, and they say a few bad apples, and it really doesn't matter how much apples, but if apples keep popping up, then I don't really need anyone to paint the picture for me. That means I don't have a mind of my own.
Behemoth's got to stand up. Time for Behemoths to stand up. I understand the Free National Movement is having a protest on Wednesday morning outside the House of Assembly. And even though it's them who having it, I would think Behemoth should get out there and voice their opinion. Stand up for your country. Let's see. Texas say yes. Allegations with credible evidence. They got one of those guys on video that ain't a voice tape, and we don't know if that's him. It's video. And he's discussing transferring millions in cash payments for cocaine shipment using police planes. C. Allen forgot the Minister of Aviation. The indictment alleges that someone was offering up police and government planes to transfer narco dollars. Who got that kind of power? That's the power of a king. That's Ian Pookie and the boys. Who was the original owner of the $2.5 million plane? Was it a Colombian? Really, this is only the bring in loads are shocked. They bring in a little play at a time, but the police gangsters are bringing in huge loads. Wow. That's real talk. When you look at it like that. That's Pulled over, heart racing, not safety but survival mode. These badges used to mean protection. Now they're just badges of my deepest fears. Who protects me from those who's supposed to protect me? Callie on there. How you doing?
Hey, Pearly.
Hi.
Calling back. What I keep hearing people saying is alleged. Is an indictment an indictment, or is it alleged?
I think I say it and law say it, so you don't come and say I accuse you or anything. I'm saying it's alleged. It's alleged. We're hearing this. It's an indictment is basically saying that it's alleged that they conspired to do this. They have not been charged yet. Once they're charged, and then moves from alleged to charged.
But are they indicted yet? No.
The indictment has gone down. So the indictment is really a piece of paper that says, hey, we want Pearly L to come to court to answer the things about parking a car on the wrong side of the road, something like that.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, Pearly. Okay, understandable.
Okay.
Because I keep trying to figure out why everybody's saying, see, one of the things we know about America is that they ain't gonna never touch you until they got you.
Well, that fella in New York is one of the best, and he don't come unless he know he got to win. So
Exactly.
we can see.
So, and of all, look at who we carry.
Well, that's the ones who went after Trump, so they don't play.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying one of the things, see, they're not like us. They're not going to just go there and snatch someone up off the street and say, okay, it's you. And then 10 years later, they realize, oh, no, it wasn't you. No,
they're not going to file it.
They can even set you up. Look at what they did to Buju Banton. They can even set you up if they have to get you.
They're not going to file an indictment if they don't have evidence. Know that much. Because the judge ain't going to give it to them, ain't going to sign off on it.
Okay, so that's why I'm trying to figure out if we here and they're indicted, I'm trying to figure out why we still say allegedly.
No, I ain't saying to protect me. I ain't going to carry me to court.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, would call. I ain't got no money left after this. Okay.
Lord of mercy. Pearlie, that commission of inquiry will never happen. Too much high-ranking politicians involved. The government have to lose election for an inquiry. I hear you, Dexter, but in the late Sir Lyndon Pinland, all kind of people's name was called out, including his, and he had the commission of inquiry, and he led the chips forward and made while nothing came out of it. A lot of us learned some things. So, I still want to. Had Davis dealt with Bell or Cooper, one of whom clearly, or people texting so much, the Texas interfering with me reading the thing. Caller, you on there? How you doing?
Yes, good afternoon, Purdy. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
All right. Just, for about five minutes, let's take the emotion out of this whole situation. Right? I mean, the behavior.
I'm done.
The U.S. Said that this investigation started in 2021, right?
Okay.
May in 2021, right?
Okay.
Who was the commissioner of police at the time, and who was the national security minister at the time?
You really stretch it. Hold on, man. Why are you doing this, man? Let me say this to you. And I can tell you from my experience. If you got to get on the radio every day, all day, and try to explain yourself out, you done lose, bro.
I'm not explaining on myself.
Then you gotta try show it. Whether it's facts, whether it's whatever you trying to, whatever you. Let me talk, brother. Hold on now. Whatever you calling it, whatever words you using to describe what you're doing, fine. That's fine. But if you have to get on the radio and have to explain yourself every day like this and try to convince people to think otherwise, brother, I learned that in 2012. That don't work.
I understand what you're saying, but what that does that have to do with the facts?
The facts are in 2024, in November of 2024, the facts are that in November of 2024, these fellas were indicted, and it said a high-ranking government official.
Yes.
That means that's somebody who in power.
Well, like I'm saying to you, sir.
All right.
If you listen for a quick second, I can explain myself a little better, then you'll understand what indictment is all about. I'm not saying that you don't.
Oh, you calling me dumb?
No, I never said that.
But don't tell me you can explain. I can understand what indictment is all about because I have a very good understanding of the King's English.
I'm saying an indictment has to go in front of a grand jury, and it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over a period of years.
Yes, it does.
Okay, all right. If the
however, they put some dates in it that came up in 2020. Some stuff happened in 2024.
Most definitely.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
2023.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, to you, at the time that this investigation started, okay, the U.S. claimed the investigation started in May. Okay, all right. There was a particular Bahamian person that was incarcerated in New York that came out of jail around the same period of time. Okay? All right? And at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you, sir, where is the former national security minister at this time? Is he living in the Bahamas?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You could put your hand on that?
I'm certain of that. I am positive. I'm positive of that.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I'll say this to you, Pearlie.
See, you can. Let me say this. You know, can spin it.
I'm trying to say, Pearlie.
You know, can spin it.
I'm not trying to take up for anybody because guess what? If you do wrong will follow you, eh?
Yeah, but don't defend. See, because you and I don't have all the information. Don't defend what you ain't sure, but don't defend what people telling you. Hey, you know.
No. This is what a lot of Bahamians going on. What people telling.
That's fine, but Bahamians, the indictment call these names, and some of them I know well, and some of them I know their connection to who you trying to defend.
No. So I ain't trying.
I know them well. I know their names, and I know who they are. One of them I worked with. I know them.
Pearlie, you know I know. I don't know.
All right then. So don't. So I say that to you. Don't play this game, man. Come on, man. I understand. Listen, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be doing what you're doing. You know.
But you don't allow me to state the facts.
What's the facts? No. I don't allow you to state your opinion because the facts there.
I'm saying the facts that the United States of America said. I'm not talking about my opinion.
What are the facts you telling me? And let's take it all the way through. Don't just try. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to spin it. You're trying to spin it from the lap of this government to the lap of the former government. But y'all pay that former government in September 16th. Y'all send them home.
You wouldn't allow me to state the facts. The fact remains that the investigation started in 2021.
Okay, so what? What does that mean?
So what?
What does that mean?
It means a lot, okay?
Tell me, no, don't tell me it means a lot. What does it mean? What are you trying to say, Anton?
Pardon me?
Be upfront. What are you trying to say?
Well, listen, all I'm saying to you, sir, is that the investigation started in 2021.
You done say that 4 times. We hear that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't let me finish my
Then
point.
continue the sentence. Don't start over.
Started under the minister administration.
Okay.
All right. At the time, the commissioner of police was Mr. Paul Rhodes. At the time, the national security minister was Mr. Marvin Davis.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you, but I'm saying to you.
At the time is the key words. Are they still in charge?
And hold on.
Are they the high-ranking government official? Is the former national security the high-ranking government official?
Sir, that doesn't negate from the fact. All right.
It doesn't negate from the fact that you're trying to spin it to put doubt on where this thing going. But
the way this thing going, all we got to do.
You know how we can solve this, Anton? You know how we can solve this? You know how we can solve this, Anton? You know the easiest way to resolve all this so we can know what's going on? 2 ways. We either could wait for the Americans to release the names.
Hold on, Quilly. That's exactly what
Hold on. Let me finish. Either we could wait for the Americans to could call your people and encourage them to let's have a commission of inquiry and let's clear all this up.
Listen, does the commission inquiry send anybody's jail?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they go to jail. What it does is it exposes. No.
Then the Bahamian people say the tax money.
And then the Bahamian people want to know what's going on. And if the commission of inquiry can put it out there, and if you hold on, Anton, hold on. The commission of inquiry will put out what's going on. The Bahamian people will make a decision in 2026 as to whether that commission inquiry is right. That's the verdict.
There is going to be a court case. The commission inquiry will release that information. Okay?
And boy, listen, I hope you don't eat crow.
Will release that information.
I hope you don't eat crow, brother. Because I in a position, let the chips fall where they meet.
Y'all just don't want to understand what the facts is.
No, the facts are chief superintendent and a defense force officer lock up. That's the facts.
That is the facts. And you have
the whole list of names were listed. And that's the facts. But Anton coming on this radio station and going on every radio station. I heard him on another radio station earlier today trying to spin this thing to justify what's going on. You can't justify it, brother. Don't try. If you ain't involved, stay out it. Call you on the air.
I probably had to call back, Marcus. He's the prime minister, man. Like, he privy to all the information. All us who's called the shows Bahamians too, you know.
Exactly.
You understand? They say, you know, boys, no PLP, you know, come as PLP in there for them, but I ain't no PLP there for them, brother.
You're a Bahamian.
You understand? They say, I look at things how they is. Wrong is wrong, right is right. I don't care what government in, what government out. You understand? That's what it is, boy. Stop lotioning, man.
Amen. Thank you, my brother.
I go on, Burley.
Thank you, brother. Call you on the air.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Paul?
You got 30 seconds because they can run me off in a minute.
Right. He doesn't sit from the time the investigation started after sufficient evidence is gathered. And so the question is, even though they started in May, that's 90 days before an election was called, just look at all of the offices that was changed, fired, redistributed after the Progressive Party came into power. So when you look at it, so they didn't start at the airport. This where they took what is a primary source of information and who they have. This indictment has not been fully unsealed either. And so this whole concept, this could involve multiple islands, multiple everything. They didn't tell you how many trips. 16 trips alone would have put $1 billion in play. Okay? You think more than 16 trips happened in the last 3.5 years?
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
So I'm simply saying to them, they can't talk around and trying to play to the ignorance of the people. That grand jury was sat maybe 6 months, a year ago, after they got sufficient evidence. That's 3 years of gathering evidence and information for them to proceed. So no matter what we want to talk around it, trying to make an analogy of how the Bahamas is, in the U.S., there are rules for procedure. It's a very thing. It's a fair catch and an unfair catch. The feds is the one group of people that dot their I's and cross their T's.
Amen.
This ain't no accidental indictment.
Amen.
This is purposeful.
Thank you, brother. Call you on the air.
Hey, Burley.
Hey.
I'm Dr. Lotion Man Anton.
Uh-huh.
You're talking about who was in power. Yesterday when I called, did I not say that the inspector on Crooked Island?
Yes, you did. But I got to run. Yes, you did.
And he was told
yes.
by the advisor to the commissioner of police to return my fencing material that I put there to block the runway at Pittstown.
You know what I can do? I won't put you on hold. I need your number so I can call you. Go on hold and give the producer your number. I can call you right after the show because I need to get some information from you, okay? Call you on the air. Listen to your phone, not the radio.
Hi, Pearlie.
All right, listen to your phone, not the radio. Go ahead.
I got you.
Turn the radio down. All right, what's up?
To Mr. Anton.
Uh-huh.
The pigeon. Stop your nonsense, okay? We're not dealing with personalities. We're dealing with our country. And for the good officers out there, for God's sake, Anton, stop. Okay? You're making yourself look quite like a billy goat. Good day.
I said this, and we're going to go now because it's time, and Cuban really got some numbers for you, I keep telling you, if you have to come on the radio in every show and defend you defend like that every time, that means you done lose the Bahamian people, and the Bahamian people ain't hearing you. Because if you got to keep trying to argue and flip and spin and all that, my brother, take it from one who been there. It ain't working. This is Pearlie. It's been a great Friday. Hi, Lord have mercy. Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Talking Heads Friday. When we get back, we can talk about my Dolphins. We can talk about them. We can talk about them Cowboys, and we can talk about what's going on right now. It's been a football day. Sports right after the news. See you in a minute.
They stole away. How many life them slay? Now them work just like them in them space. Why are you are your crew can go too well.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This KFC drip just won't quit. Step your flavor game up with the new KFC Saucy Nuggets. 100% real premium white meat nuggets, sauced in your choice of one of 5 KFC sauces: Korean barbecue, mango habanero, guava barbecue, stinging honey garlic, or signature barbecue. Do whatever the crunch you want with any of our new KFC Saucy Nuggets. 100% real, 100% a deal. Only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. KFC Saucy Nuggets drip. It's finger licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Hey, people, it's the weekend, baby. The fin de semana is Friday, and it's Cuban Willie with your numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And today you get the double whammy slammy, the lucky 3 ball and the lucky 4 ball. The lucky 3 ball for the weekend, the 3-3-2, 3-3-2. And the lucky 4 ball, 9-5-7-1, 95-71. Play them and win in the Island Games. Stay winning, my friend.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Cleveland Clinic, Easy Car Sales, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy Sound Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Welcome back to Talking Heads Friday here on Guardian Radio. I let some texts go, so I'm going to read them quickly, and then we get into the sports today in sports history. Had Davis dealt with Bell and Cooper, one of whom clearly and obviously lied about the 66 Chinese in downtown hotel, he'd have more credibility now in my eyes and in the eyes of many of my contemporaries. He can't be taken seriously because that's just one glaring example of him not showing true leadership. We need to do a study on why it is so coincidental that crime and lawlessness increases under every PLP administration. We are witnessing a government under siege and a result of a systematic corruption. Our nation is one of for sale, and the highest bidder heads must roll. Sad thing about PLPs, when election is called, these same accused people bangles in the West End by election. Real talk. Pearly, this is only the name dropping hard, bro. Name dropping hard. I hear. Pearly, has the deal with Pike been released? I saw their trucks on the road working this morning doing some line work. They doing all the work. Pearly, we need to stop playing and let Lincoln be in fixes. Great show as usual. Don't let us in the radar room because you know us Bahamians. We talk telling our women what's going down in the radar room. We talk taking it to the domino table. We talking it in the barber shop. Boy, I tell you, we just run our mouth more than women. We could talk. Don't let Sparky in the room. He gets drunk. We talk too much. That's why I don't have no Bahamians made. Great show as usual. I'm not a police officer, but only to be fair, every organization has some level of corruption. In matter of fact, we have had corruption. The only difference in social media is out to expose it. Actually, the corruption level are not as bad as it. We don't know that. The Haitian boat has made the wood the radars can't detect. Great show as usual. If the election was called today, who would win? Great show as usual. We are scared as a country. It is on the U.S. Today's news, but this is not Bahamas' first rodeo. Pearly, why y'all keep entertaining Anthony? He needs to stop telling. I understand that wasn't Anthony, but he sounded like him for real, though. Pearly, this nutcase PLPs don't get it. These guys need to stop with the garbage juice. They're drunk and crazy. Pearly, that's not Anton, I was told. That's it, I guess. One more. Remember the one, Cocaine Island Boys. That's the last text. Welcome to the sports show. So good to have you with you. Is this Eric? Hold on, I'm coming to you right now. I got to do today in sports history, and then we'll talk to you. Okay, that's fair enough. That's because I'm looking for it, right? I'm as young as I used to be, people. One day older. Okay, today is sports history. Today is Friday, November 29, 2024. In 1890, Navy defeated Army by a score of 24-0 in the first Army-Navy football game. The game was played in West Point, New York. In 1962, Major League Baseball decided to return to the only one All-Star game a year, beginning in 1963. In 1980, Monday Night Football was on the cover of TV Magazine. In 1987, Joe Montana, San Francisco 49ers, completed a record 22 consecutive passes. In 1987, Venus Glenn, San Diego Chargers, ran back an interception for 103 yards. It was an NFL record. In 1987, Bob Frost, New York Rangers, became the second NHL goalie to score a goal. It was later ruled that he should not have been credited with the goal. In 1992, Jerry Rice scored his 100th NFL touchdown pass. In 1992, also, Dennis Byrd of the New York Jets was paralyzed after a neck injury in a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. In 1995, Grant Fuhrer, St. Louis Blues, became the 11th NHL goalie to win 300 games. And in 2002, Pierre Turgeon, Dallas Stars, played in his 1,100th NHL game. And the sports quote of the day, each warrior wants to leave the mark of his will, his signature on important acts he touches, but up the human spirit, rising up and declaring that it has something to contribute to the solution of the hardest problems, no matter how vexing. Pat Riley. That was long. Let's quickly get into the home front, then I'll take that call. Don't go nowhere, caller. But I got to do my homework. Okay, in the sports page, Buddy makes history. Surpasses Dirk Nowitzki on an all-time three-pointers list. Now is 18th spot. Bahama, just representing. Young athletes make college commitment on Blue Chip Athletic Signing Day. Couple from Sacramento, some places. And young tennis athletes complete on Gombe Splash. Caller, you are on the air. How are you?
Yeah, hi. I was calling listening to everyone talk to you, Pearlie, about what's going on with these indictments with our Bahamian people, right?
Uh-huh.
But what they fail to realize is in 1980, Carlos Salido, Pablo Escobar's number 2 man, took over Norman's Key in Exuma.
Yep.
The Colombian cartel has been operating in our country now for 40 years. And the thing is, everyone, like I said, is talking about this police, that police, this police. Who do you think are controlling the police? The Colombian cartels.
Allegedly.
That's the dangerous part. That's why America is on to us now, because they trace the cartels into our country. Wow. And as you know how the cartels operate, they will, to get their shipments through. Anyone you need taken out, they will fly into our country on a Monday, kill on a Monday, and fly out on a Tuesday.
Wow.
You see, but everyone's missing the point. We are a corrupt nation. Everyone's defending this and defending that, and that is wrong, if you see what I'm saying.
Let's the chips fall where they may.
Chips fall where they may.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for taking my call, brother.
All right, caller. Thank you. You know the sports, right? But we can take this last one. Caller, come on.
This is the Seattle. This is Sportsman. Naughty, let me give you a story, man.
Stop calling me naughty. I better looking than a man.
I mean, no. I got one for you and for both of you all. Okay, Pearlie. That's what happened.
Uh-huh.
I sent my daughter to go buy something at the Black Friday at the Black Friday sale, right?
Uh-huh.
She called back and said there's a line. People been in line for like from 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning.
Some from 3 in the morning.
Finally, she called me back, and about 30 minutes since I got the TV. I said, what happened to the line? She said, they put those was 3 different lines. She said, there was one line for the Cowboys and one for the Dolphins. And I said, what they were there for? She said, to return their jerseys.
Oh! Seattle, bye, Seattle, bye. Oh, that's a low one. Oh, Seattle, oh. You're supposed to kick a man when he's down, you know. You really shouldn't kick a man. I cuss every dirty word I know. I was so mad at my Dolphins yesterday. I accept beating. I mean, I'm a Dolphin fan, so I know what it is to lose, all right? So don't go there with me. But I want to lose giving it my best. They couldn't block. So it was all over Tua. They couldn't run any routes. So Waddle and Hill couldn't get open. They couldn't pass rush. They couldn't cover anybody. Lord knows fellas was getting breakaway tackles or they couldn't tackle. They couldn't field punts. What I do like was McDonald's did make some adjustments in the second half, and he did adjust. So I was kind of questioning my coaches. We just didn't execute that well. We dropped some passes. I don't understand. We could have first or second and goal on the 1 yard line, and we don't score a touchdown. I don't understand that yet. I just don't understand yet. But it was like Green Bay. Either they playing really good football and they just had our number, or we just can't play and we're under 30 degrees. Ain't nothing changed. And that takes us with what we can have on our final 10. We can talk about how the Dolphins ain't nothing changed. We can't play in cold weather. We like Bahamians who don't want to go in the cold weather. We get mad, or when a little bit 60 degrees, we put on all our clothes. It was embarrassing to me. I was pissed. I mean, we made it a little thing in the second half, but I was really upset. I couldn't understand what went down. I could not understand that. I'm happy when we get new listeners, or when people tell me you're listening, because you never know. It's always good when I see people say, I listened to the show yesterday. I mean, like, you really listened to the show? And I feel, because I want to shout out to my good friend Ricky Miller. He's over there at AJ Security. He's listening. He listens every day. He calls and tell me everything I say. I want to say hi to his friend CeeLo and Mr. and Mrs. Anderson for listening. I'm so happy you're listening. And I got to say hello to my god brother Kendrick. Every day, the brothers put on the side and tell me, you say this, you say that. I was supposed to say shout out to y'all a long time ago. So I just remember, I said, let me take this time with this second and say thank you. Thank you for listening. And thank you for all of y'all out there. If I didn't call your name this time, don't get mad. But thank you all for listening. It's you who makes these shows, the calls, the texts, and all who makes the show. Thank you so much. So, my Dolphins cost me every dirty word I know yesterday. But it was some good football. Just so you know, the Chicago Bears fired their head coach today. I would have fired him yesterday. I wouldn't have let him come back on the plane. I'd tell him get his own ride home. Because oh my goodness. You got 32 seconds left to move 5 yards to get in the field goal position so that you can kick a field goal and take it into overtime. and you just fluff away the time. Bad time management. The coach ain't called a timeout. You had a timeout left. So when it get down to 12 seconds, you got to snap the ball and you got to go for the end zone and you ain't open. I would have tell him, brother, walk home. Catch your own ride home. You ain't getting back to Las Vegas on this plane. And you want to put it in, you can't blame the quarterback for that. I mean, not the quarterback for that. You can't blame him for that. I thought he tried his best. The Cowboys really believe that they got a shot, you know. I didn't expect the Giants to beat them, even though Naughty was hoping the Giants would beat them. I didn't expect the Giants would beat them. Holy cow. Giants put up some points. I mean, the Giants jumped on them quick. And then the Cowboys came back and made it a good game. All right. And now today's game is going on. The Chiefs are all over the Raiders. And it's not Las Vegas he was going to drive back to. It was Chicago. Sorry. My bad on that one. He was going to drive or walk back to Chicago. Detroit to Chicago is not that far in terms of looking at Miami to Green Bay. So you would have catch the train, you would have catch the bus, but you wasn't coming back on our ride. Anyway, I see the Chiefs are 16-3 lead in the third quarter with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So they're pretty comfortable. They're outplaying them. Mahomes threw a touchdown pass. I need him to throw a couple more touchdown passes. One more. That's one more, Mahomes. That's one more, and I'll be happy. And y'all know I benched Tua yesterday on my fantasy team, and that fella put up almost 100 million points. There's another good game going on today in college football, and not a lot of people like college football, but prime time Dion is even though he never played for any of my teams, I've always been a fan of his. So I pay attention to him as Coach Prime, they call him, at Colorado. And he has his son, who's the quarterback, who's considered to be the number one quarterback, or at least the top 3 quarterback in the draft coming up. And a lot of them expect this brother to be either the first pick or a first round pick. All right. And I think Shedeur is a great quarterback. He threw 400 and some yards today, 5 touchdown passes. 5. You hear me? 5 touchdown passes. All right. Let me pull up the stats quick. Shedeur's out for 41, 438 yards, 5 touchdown passes. But here's the kicker. He was sacked 6 times. They got a crappy offensive line. Prime, they got to recruit some offensive linemen. But there's a kid named Travis Hunter who is a two-way player. So Travis Hunter had 10 catches for 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. He caught 3 touchdowns. He also played defense, and he had 1 tackle and 1 interception in the game. And he is considered a Heisman Trophy front runner. And he's making a case for it because he's doing it on two sides of the ball. So I like what Primetime is doing. There's a talk that he may go back to the NFL. He may go to the NFL to coach. I think he should stay in Colorado for another year and really build that program up, because what he's done with that program is a tremendous job. They were basically a non-entity in the last few years, and then now they're ranked 25th in the nation, probably will climb up a little bit this week. I thought they might have had a chance to make the college playoff, but that loss last week to Nebraska hurt them. But it's a great team, and I think he has a lot more work to do there, and I would think he would stay 1 more year. Carly on there, how you doing?
Yeah, boys. What you saying?
What you say, Muff? Muff, I know you on. Sorry, Muff. When all them voice notes I sent you last night, I was cussing every 2 words. I was so bad, boy.
Well, every 2 you were saying, I was saying 3. But Skiller, 9 straight is out the window now.
Well, we know that out the window, yeah.
Yeah, but everything.
But I didn't say 9. I said 7, and they can still make it.
But Pearly, everything you say, by the way, the Raiders just go score a touchdown.
Okay.
They just score a touchdown.
Okay.
10-16.
All right.
Everything that you say, we could do against New England, though. The Jets, the same Raiders team. The Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, all them donkey teams. Yeah, we could do all them things you say against them. Yeah, under 500 teams. We are 3-9 teams.
Yeah.
2-10.
Yeah, the under 500 teams, we dominate.
Yeah, we dominate them. But when you see it come to Baltimore, Kansas City, and like that, the Eagles, and then Buffalo, we fall right up Green Bay. You know, so we ain't going nowhere. We can't go nowhere like that.
No, ain't not
until we get serious. We ain't going nowhere.
Nah, I was watching ESPN this morning, and they asked, I forgot the guy's name. Oh, Christ. Anyway, they asked him, do you think that the Dolphins need to redo their roster? And he's like, no, I like the team they got. They just got to execute.
Right.
He said they got the talent. They got a lot of injuries, but they got the talent. They just got, and penalties like crazy.
Serious, man. You're third and long. Coming back from third and long time, kill you, man.
I don't get it.
You need more discipline.
I don't get it.
Yeah. But Purdy, that Lakers Thunder will be good tonight.
Why do you think they're going to be good? The Lakers can get half killed tonight.
No, the Lakers is playing. I mean, Gannett was off for the last couple of games and things like that, but the Lakers is playing a little good lately. Before they win 4 or 5 straight. Before they lose.
But they lost. They beat the Spurs. That was a good game against the Spurs.
Yeah, against the Spurs. Yeah.
But the Suns beat them by 27 points.
Yeah, so they all is playing good lately.
And then now you got OKC, who is probably one of the two or three favorites to come out of the West. Boy, I don't know.
Hey, that was a good game with us and the Hornets Saturday night too. But that's why I tell you with Carmelo Ball, but he had them solid clutch trees to the end. But Miami Bullets, see one thing with them, all their games is what? But they play hard thing, boy. But they just can't get over the hump, boy.
Y'all won?
That's why they have a bad way. They can't close. Because they always is fighting come back, but they can't close. But we got the Raptors tonight.
Y'all got the Raptors tonight? Y'all should be able to beat the Raptors tonight.
Yeah, we should be able to beat them if they don't stop their full. But Hero is looking good. Hero's looking good lately.
Y'all big
and break that boy, would we pick up break from the Spurs and things that he no from the Suns.
Trey Burke, that's his name, right?
Yeah. He playing a little good now, the little rookies. See, where there was 2 clutch free throws with Ware hit the other night. Yeah, he ain't like 80. He ain't going to the line and miss 2, man. He deliver.
But y'all got to win tonight because y'all need this to end. This the NBA Cup tonight play, so y'all got to win this tonight.
Yeah, for real. Anyhow, let someone else get in and get to the picks.
Muff, thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Have a solid weekend, man. I can touch base with you, man.
Brother. Okay, take care. We're going to take our first break. When we get back, we can talk a little bit more football. We can look at what's going on with the Chiefs. Raiders game is 16-10 in the end of the third quarter. And we get into the picks for Sunday football. There's still more football to play. Plenty more football to play. Tomorrow is college football and Sunday and Monday Night Football. This is Pearly, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Talking Heads on a Friday afternoon. We'll be back right after.
Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovations happen here every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care, for every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Bring flavor home for the holidays with a KFC Festive Feast. Create timeless memories with a $20 KFC Festive Bucket, brimming with favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits, or decorate the dinner table with a mega Festive Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, 4 biscuits, a large corn and mashed potato duo with a side of gravy, and 4 of our new pumpkin dessert biscuits. Crunch the holidays however you want and let us do the dishes. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers, we've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place. is your place.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Talking Heads Friday on Guardian Radio 96.9. I have to give apologies for Clint today. He can't make it in, and we know that Naughty's dealing with Pops. Eric should be getting called in a few minutes so we can go through the picks for the rest of the weekend. Yeah, so the Chicago Bears fired their head coach. I expect that to happen. I expected that to happen. You know, maybe I was thinking it would happen after the season. But after that call, like I said, I would have make him walk home. Right? You get your own ride home. You know what I mean? Get your own ride home. Because what you're doing makes no kind of sense. That play call, and the thing about it is, I think if he had gotten on the press conference and said, hey, I made a mistake. It was a bad call. You know, you do something better next go around. Blah 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 blah. But no, that didn't happen. That did not happen at all. He came out there and tried to defend what he did. Everybody in the world know. Every analyst, everyone has known that was a dumb call. You call a timeout. Get yourself together. You got that timeout. I was like, oh boy, I don't know. But he's out of a job, and they have an interim head coach right now, and we'll see what happens from there. Do we have a caller? Is that my Eric? No, Eric? Okay, Eric should be calling in any minute now. He did say he's calling in. But there's a lot of football going on. You know, some college football going on as we speak. Along with, it's still 16-10. Kansas City has the ball. Raiders got the ball back, end of the third, and still 16, but they got the ball on their 42-yard line. Okay, you got some basketball going on now. The Pelicans and the Grizzlies are playing right now. There's a lot more games going on tonight. We got the Brooklyn Nets hosting the Magic tonight. The Timberwolves hosting the Clippers tonight. All these are NBA Cup games. The Celtics are at the Bulls tonight. Toronto at the Heat tonight. Detroit Pistons are at Indiana Pacers tonight. Sacramento Kings are at Portland Trailblazers tonight. A couple of games already played. The Knicks beat the Hornets 99-98. And the Hawks beat the Cavaliers, which is, that's interesting, 117-101. You got a lot of hockey games going on right now. If you're an American, you're in hog heaven of sports right now. It's football, basketball, hockey, all going on right now as we speak. College football going on now. A lot of interesting games. Ole Miss up on Mississippi State at the half. I'm just looking at some of the Georgia playing, Georgia Tech tonight at 7:30. That's a big game. This is rivalry weekend in college football, so you got a lot of rival games going on. Okay, a lot of rival games. You have Colorado that's beat Oklahoma State 52-0. Bowling Green lost to Miami of Ohio. Boise State won 34-16. So there were some interesting games, and you got a lot of women and men's college basketball game going on tonight. So, and then there's a whole slew of NCAA football games tomorrow, okay? A whole slew. Let's got Michigan. Oh, this is a good one. Michigan at Ohio State should be a good one. Then you've got Louisville and Kentucky. That's a rival. Louisiana Monroe is a rivalry game. Tennessee Vanderbilt is another rivalry game. Illinois Northwest is another rivalry game. They're all from the state area. South Carolina and Clemson was another big game. Rival game. Clemson is a 2.5-point favorite on that. You've got, who else you got playing? Oh, boy, you got a lot. You get SMU hosting California, Miami of Ohio. University of Miami got Syracuse. That's another good game to see. Miami needs that win. Penn State at Maryland, they need that. Oh, the Iron Bowl is tomorrow, too. Alabama hosting Auburn. Alabama, huge favorites on that. Then you get Missouri and Arkansas tomorrow night. Oh, boy, this is some good stuff. This can be some great. I can say chill tomorrow. I can be a couch potato. Indiana and Purdue tomorrow night. Iowa State is hosting Kansas State tomorrow night. Oregon and Washington. Oregon, number 1 team in the nation. They win that. They go all the way through to the Big Ten championships. Texas A&M. Now, that's the game to watch. The Texas quarterback aside, there's a kid that they have named Arch Manning, Peyton Manning's nephew. Peyton and Eli Manning nephew, named after his grandpa, Archie Manning. Arch Manning, he may get some playing time now. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks that's not playing right now in college. So that should be a good game to watch, Texas and Texas A&M. Then you got Nevada and UNLV. Then you got Houston and BYU. All right, that should be a good game to see tomorrow. So that's pretty much in New Mexico and Hawaii tomorrow. There's some good college football as the season getting to the end. You know, in college football, there's going to be a 12-team playoff this year. For the first time, there used to be 4. The 5 top conference, the 5 top ranked conferences. So like Miami is ACC. So if they in the top 12, they'll get a bye. Oregon will get a bye. So you have 4 that's going to get a bye, and then the 5th one will make the first round. And then there's the first round to play. So you may be 11 or 12 and think you made the playoffs. No, because you may have a Boise State who's 13th, but they're Big 12 champions or whatever. I can't remember the kind. I think it's Big 12 champions. So that means that they get to go to the playoff, and you as the number 12 team who you think to make the playoffs because you number 12 out. So I don't know if I like it. Some people love it. I listen to a lot of announcers, and they talk about how good it is and how they like it. So I don't know. We can see. The good thing about it is, for me, Alabama may not be there. You know, if Auburn beat them today, you could rest assured they out. If Auburn beats them today, you could rest. I doubt Auburn beat them, but, you know, there's wishful thinking, of course, you know. There's wishful thinking, so we'll see what happens there. What else going on? It's just so much sports going on this weekend. Thanksgiving weekend in the States is the biggest sports weekend. You got football all day Thursday, football all day Friday, football all day Saturday, football all day Sunday. And college, I'm talking on Thursdays is all NFL. There's some college games. Friday is the NFL and college games. Saturday is all college games. Sunday is all NFL. Then you get Monday Night Football. You can't ask for a better weekend, you know. You really can't ask for a better weekend. You really can't. And I look forward to it. But Sunday coming, there's not as many games as yesterday and one today. So there's not many games on Sunday. But we can take a quick look at them in a minute. What else are we looking at? Let's see what else going on. And that's to be certain. So before we walk out of here, I have you up to date for your weekend. I see the Raiders. What did the Raiders do? The Raiders scored again on the Chiefs. So the Raiders now have a where we at? In the wrong page. The Raiders now are up. I just saw a note that they scored a touchdown, but it was 16-10 and a 17-16. 17-16 on the Chiefs. And you know something? I think the Chiefs can hold on, but the Chiefs really been dodging a lot of bullets. They really been playing to the wire and finding a way to win every game to the wire. And then one of these times, they're going to run out. And let's hope it don't be today it runs out. But, you know, they just gave up 2 back. A touchdown in the third quarter, a touchdown in the fourth quarter to the lowly Las Vegas Raiders. So that's interesting to see how that's developing. Chiefs got the ball right now, so we'll see where they're going with that. We'll keep a close watch on that today. Or actually, even again, a quick catch at the end of the fourth quarter. What else going on? I guess that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at what's happening this weekend in NFL football. You know, the Lakers playing the Thunder tonight. Thunder 3.5 favorites. Muff and I spoke a little bit about that. I don't know how to feel about that. I have no idea how I can feel about that. Let's see now. Okay. Interesting. You got the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay. Houston is 7-5. The Jaguars is 2-9. Houston is fighting for the playoffs. Like they're 3.5-point favorites. I honestly think that Houston could beat them worse than 3.5 points. I don't know. Maybe because they're in Jacksonville. But I would take Houston and the points. I would really take them. Now, this is going to be an interesting game here to see the Chargers, who are 7-4, against the 6-5 Atlanta Falcons. I think that Atlanta is better than their record. I think Atlanta, I don't understand. And, you know, I have Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Atlanta, on my fantasy team. And I benched him last week because he's just not getting open. You know, Juno Smith that we got from them doing better than him right now, playing better tight end than him right now. And Kyle Pitts, as far as I'm concerned, is the top 5 tight end in the league, could be top 3. But he's just not giving me those numbers. You know, and I don't know what it is about the Falcons that they're not rising to the occasion. And I picked the Falcons to win that division. But I'm beginning to be a bit skeptical about them. All right? The Raiders are 1.5 favorite. That's a touring cost. I believe the Falcons can pull it out. They're home. I'm going to give the home team the advantage, and I'll take the Falcons and the points. The Tennessee Titans are the Washington Commanders. Okay, we know the Titans are 3-8. The Commanders are 7-5. The Commanders then lose 3 in a row. They're having a rough time right now. That happens in football, and sometimes you just need to gut it out. The Titans are 5.5-point favorites. I believe that they can pull that off, and I'll take the Commodores at the 5.5. Okay. We've got the Arizona Cardinals at the Minnesota Vikings. Cardinals 6-5, Vikings 9-2. I think the Vikings, what they call in the NFC, not the best conference, the best division in football. I think the Cardinals will be brought back down to earth this weekend. The Vikings are that much better. They got a better defense. They're 3.5-point favorites. I will take the Vikings and the points in a heartbeat. The Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are a 5-7 team against a 3-9 Patriots, but I think the Patriots are just a young team that needs a lot of work. I like the Colts, and Colts, I like them by a field goal. Now, that's the game that you want to talk about. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. The 8-3 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 4-7 Bengals. This is a rivalry game. Now, I call that Cleveland game a trap game. I don't think this is a trap game. I think the Steelers are going to bounce back. I think the Steelers are going to use that loss to the Browns as a learning tool, or a learning moment, or whatever we call it, a teachable moment. And I think the Steelers will win. Even though the Bengals are 3-point favorites, I think I'll take the Steelers in the points. The Seattle Seahawks are at the New York Jets. 2 crappy teams. A 6-5 Jets at a 3-8. I wouldn't say the Seahawks are crappy. At a 3-8 Jets. The Seahawks are a 0.5-point favorite. How can you be a 0.5-point favorite over the Jets? Seahawks got a lot of injuries. They got to get their act together. Actually, I like the Seahawks over the Jets, and I'll take the points. 0.5 points. You win by 1. You win it. Okay. The Rams at the Saints. You've got the 5-6 Rams at the 4-7 Saints. You can flip a coin to decide who you want to win that one. Rams are 2.5-point favorites. I think Kamara is going to run Rams short over them. I'm going to take the Saints and the points. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. The 5-6 Buccaneers at the 3-8 Panthers. The Buccaneers are a better team than they play, other than their record, I should say. I like what Baker's doing. I like what he's doing. I have him starting this weekend. I wasn't supposed to start him over Tua, but I am started, so he needs to put up a lot of points. I like the Buccaneers over the Carolina Panthers, and I'll take the money line. This is the game of the weekend. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Baltimore Ravens. And the Ravens are 3-point favorites. They need to win big. I think those rookie cornerbacks from Philadelphia are looking good. But I think, Eric, yeah?
Yeah, man, I'm right here.
Well,
Just finished being a good employee.
But you come right on time to get to talk about the last game that I was holding. I'm hoping you'll get through. Oh, and I pick the Ravens. I take the Ravens in the points over the Eagles.
But listen to me. Play Saquon versus Mr. Henry, Jalen versus the 2-time, maybe even 3-time MVP.
Isn't that
nobody Saquon winning this year? I just feel like big game situations. The Ravens haven't shown me enough to say that they want to win. They deserve to win. The first game of the season was an example. The Steelers game is another example. When I saw their record, I didn't even realize they lost 4 games.
Yeah,
it seems like they only lost 2 at best this year.
Yeah, so because they lose them 1 year, 1 day.
They riding a real high.
Okay.
They've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat, and even teams they wasn't supposed to beat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They played pretty well. As much as much as I can't stand the Eagles for what they did to us in the 2022 NFC Championship game, and my boy Elbow. I gotta go with them this game. Like they just don't fall in big game situations.
Okay. Your 49ers, last game, your 49ers at the Buffalo Bills. Bills are 7-point favorites.
Boy.
It's cold. It's going to be 30-some degrees.
Oh, no. We are not the Dolphins. We have beaten the Packers in Lambeau. We can beat any team, in cold weather. No problem. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about the injury report that just came out. We getting Brock Purdy back, but everybody else still is questionable. Everybody who didn't play last week still questionable, but Brock Purdy was able to throw today.
So he was able to, because he had limited throwing Wednesday. So there's a chance he's questionable. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just him, CMC, sprinkle in some Devo, maybe a little Kittle against a Bills team that's rolling.
So
yeah, if we win, great. If we lose, I understand.
Okay, so you picking who though?
I can go with my head this time instead of Bills.
Okay, and I'll take the Bills and the points. No, I'll take the Bills and the money line. I think that the 49ers would give them a big play for it.
Yeah.
But thanks for the 30 seconds. We're about to go off air, but thanks for the 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. I said I'm going to hurry squeeze on.
Just before we go, let's take one more quick look at the Monday night game. The Cleveland Browns or the Denver Broncos.
Oh, wow. I really think Bo Nix can win.
Okay.
There's something about that boy. I don't know. There's something about him I kind of like.
I like him too. I think I'm going to take them on the points. I can be bold.
Yeah. Wow. But that's a bold one. Because, Cleveland does have a nice quarterback in Jameis who's starting to catch his stride, and Myles Garrett is always a force to be reckoned with on the other side of the ball. But that Bo Nix seems to he got something. He got something not many rookie quarterbacks have.
Okay.
And that's a winning mentality no matter who they play.
Okay. Well, I know Cleveland. I know Watson is out for Achilles.
Yeah.
And Tillman is questionable. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Jameis is an experienced quarterback, but I just feel like, Bo Nix at home, if it was a road game, I might lean toward Cleveland. But it's a home game, mile high, so,
All right.
The oxygen level can be a little bit thinner.
Okay. All right. Well, Eric, thanks a lot for calling. Next week, we'll get in there and talk about some more football. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, man.
Just before we go
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, my brother. Just quick text. Pearly, are you going to watch the Battle for Atlantis College basketball game in person tonight? Or the college basketball game at Bahama tomorrow? I'm thinking about going to some games tomorrow. All right, so let's see how it works.
I've never seen the court in Bahama. I've seen the court in Atlanta. I want to see the one in Bahama.
Yeah, I heard it looks nice. It looks nice. I saw it when Kentucky was there. I think last year before last, they had a little thing in there with Kentucky playing some exhibition games, and I was able to see it.
Okay.
All right, brother. Take care. Thank you, everybody, for all the calls, all the texts. Thank you for listening. Naughty, tell Pops get well, and we'll see everybody on Monday. Take care. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And we'll talk to you soon. This has been Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I'm out.
The wait is over. That safe, guaranteed investment opportunity that you've been waiting for has finally arrived. The Bahamas Government Savings Bond. And as of Thursday, November the 21st, all Bahamians, for as little as $100, can begin to save for their future. The investment rates are fixed and guaranteed with terms for 1 to 6 years, so you can't lose. Mark it down. Thursday, November the 21st. Get your Bahamas Government Savings Bonds. Check out the Central Bank of the Bahamas website for more details.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Happy Thanksgiving, Dolphins fans. Well, the Dolphins did not give us the Thanksgiving we wanted as they lose on the road 30-17 to Green Bay. There are a lot of conclusions to draw from this game. On the year, their playoff hopes, if you're an optimist, felt very, very slim, and they likely will have to win the final 5 games of their season to go 10-7 and have a chance at the postseason in late January. We are going to break it down here at Dolphins Today by Chat Sports. I am Nick Roloff, and the main takeaway I have from this game is that this team is just flat out soft. I was really going to hope that this was going to be a different story. They won the last 3 games, and I just really thought the way the vibes were flowing around this team. Tua's been back, high-flying offense, defense has been making plays. They've said it to the media all week long that they knew they had narratives to kill based off soft and based off winning cold weather games in prime time on the road, and they were unable to do so. And it was really disappointing to see them know what they had to do, know what the issues are, and still not be able to get it done when the job mattered most. And there's many different things you could point to, and I'll point to 3 things. There's 3 things that I need to talk about today. We'll start with number 1. One, this team is soft. It's just utterly soft. And I said it early on in the year. I kind of got bought back in by this fake 3-game win streak. I know I told myself a month ago that I wouldn't believe in this team again unless they won 4 in a row and capped it off with a win in Green Bay. Well, they did the 3. I bought it a little bit early, and I got caught off guard. But this team is soft. Why do I say that? 14 carries for 39 yards. You can't run the football, and it's been that way. The numbers are going to get worse, but over the last 3 weeks, yes, the offense has been scoring at 60% rate on 60% of their drives. Tua has been awesome, efficient. They're driving down the field left and right, but guess what? They've been averaging 77 yards per game on the ground over the last 3 weeks, and after that number is only going to go more and more down. Like, this offense can't run the football. And why can't they run the football? It's because they are not physical enough in the trenches. This offensive line is terrible in the run game. And I thought that changed because the Dolphins were averaging 122 yards on the ground per game through the first 8 games of the season. But then you saw that change over the last 3 weeks and this week. And there was a specific month stretch starting in Week 5 against New England. Week 5 against the Patriots, Week 7 against the Colts, Week 8 against the Cardinals, Week 9 against the Bills. In those 4 games, the Dolphins' run game was averaging about 180 yards per game. They were great. And maybe it was more of an indictment of how bad those opposing defenses were against the ground rather than the Dolphins' offensive line actually playing well, because I thought this O-line was cooking. And maybe you could coincide this issue with Austin Jackson being out for the year because it's now been 2 or 3 games since he's been missing, and the offense is not running as efficiently with Kendall Lamb as that starting right tackle. But any way you want to slice it, you are not going to be able to win these type of games. And these type of games include playoff-type atmospheres, cold environments, on the road, in big-time games. You cannot win if you are solely relying on the pass game for 90%. If you cannot try tackles and use your physicality to run at your opponents, you will never win. And it was personified to its highest degree when you were down 16 with 10 minutes to go. You get it 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. You don't score. What happened? Right power to Devon Achane. Gain nothing. 2nd down, play action, bootleg to Jonnu Smith. Probably was pass interference on the Packers. Not called, whatever. 4th down, play action, sack. It was simply ineptitude at its finest when you get down to the 1-yard line and you can't punch it in. One, let me ask you this, Mike McDaniel. Why are we not putting in Raheem Mostert? What is the point of having Raheem Mostert on this team? What is the point of having Jeff Wilson active? Jeff Wilson has been healthy and active for most of the season. He was healthy and active today. You didn't use him in the one situation you would use him for because he's your most physical back in between the tackles. Why would you use Devon Achane, who is spectacular, a top 3, top 5 back in football, and he was excellent again in their passing game today? But why are you using a 180-pound small running back at the 1-yard line trying to run in between the tackles? Use your physical running backs. It just goes back to the point that this team is not physical enough. It is mentally soft, and you will not win games in these type of environments when you are that soft. It's that simple. If you can't move your opponent off the line of scrimmage, you have no chance of winning. I don't care how effective the passing game is. I don't care how good Tua is. I don't care how accurate he is. If you can't run the football when it matters the most and inside the 5, inside the 10, in short yard situations, you will never win games when they matter in these environments. You simply have to overhaul this roster. You do. Change your identity. Now, will they be able to do it under Mike McDaniel? I don't know. But if we go another offseason with Chris Grier failing to acknowledge the lack of physicality across the offensive line, I might have to fly to Miami and put him in a chokehold. Just kidding. Not going to do that. But the point stands. He needs to get this offensive line. Aaron Brewer is good at center. He is good. You have Teron Armstead. We'll see if he returns next year. If not, it's Patrick Paul at left tackle. You have Austin Jackson at right tackle. But you have to find a way to strengthen the right guard position and strengthen the left guard position, because the lack of physicality alongside this offensive line simply cannot continue to happen. It cannot happen. Pass blocking for the most part was fine. Yes, you got sacked 5 times, but you aren't going to be able to hold up in pass protection consistently when the opponent knows you're throwing the ball 75% of the time, which is why I tell you, you need to be better in the trenches physically so you can trust your running game and actually run the ball. It's the number one issue that this Miami Dolphins team has. You can't run the ball effectively up the middle, which doesn't allow you to be balanced offensively, and it becomes an unmitigated disaster. So that is number one issue on today's game. What was issue number 2? Well, you can talk about the lack of physicality on your defensive side. You missed 20 tackles. 20. It's hard to fathom. They showed a stat in the middle of the third quarter on the broadcast that the Dolphins missed 13 tackles in this game. That is the second most out of any game this season in the NFL. I am going to guess that 20 is probably now the most missed tackles out of any game in all football. And I do not want to hear the excuse that Kendall Fuller was out, that Kader Koh, who left the game in the first half, and you had to work with Storm Duck and Saron Neal in the secondary for the most part. It does not matter. This team failed to tackle. They couldn't stop the run, and even when they did force them to throw the ball, they still couldn't make tackles. The amount of times I saw Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft make a catch within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, make a man miss, and turn it into an 8, 9, 10-yard gain plus was too many times. It was absolutely with the amount of times this team missed a tackle. You heard Deshaun Elliott go on a podcast 2 weeks ago, call this team that was here last year soft. Some of the people in the locker room did not like that. I didn't like that comment from Deshaun Elliott. And I said there's a chance for this team to prove him wrong. Prove him wrong by going out there and being a more physical team in a sub-freezing environment against the physical team in Green Bay. If you could out-physical the Packers in Lambeau, that is the definition of you not being a soft football team. And what everyone expected to happen ended up happening. The Packers were more physical. They were the stronger team. The Dolphins were soft, and they got bullied. They got bullied on their offensive line. The Packers' offensive line bullied them. It was just a straight-up bully fest. And I don't even want this score to be even remotely close to what you guys thought this game was. The Dolphins lost by 2 scores at 13. It was worse than that. It felt like the Dolphins lost 30-0. That's how bad the Dolphins looked for most of this game. Like, it was horrible. All right, so that was number 2 takeaway from this game. Number 3, this special teams is an absolute joke. Danny Crossman, the special teams coordinator, should be fired tomorrow. He should. Now, will it happen? No. But I do expect him to be canned in the offseason. And if he's not canned in the offseason, that is worse than anything Chris Grier could possibly ever do with the roster. Because it's the 32nd ranked special teams unit in all football. So it's been the worst all year long. Malik Washington muffs a punt in the first 2 minutes of the ball game. Like, you did your job. The Packers started the game with the ball. And what did you do? Your defense forced a 3-and-out. It was the third time in the last 4 games your defense forced a 3-and-out. In Week 9, forced a 3-and-out against the Rams in Week 10. You didn't do it in Week 11 against the Raiders, but you did it against the Patriots in Week 12, and then you did it technically against the Packers here. So that's 4 out of 5 times that you forced a 3-and-out in the first possession of the game. But then you muffed the punt. And the Packers get the ball at the 9-yard line and score a touchdown and go up 7-0. Like, I'm not going to say the Dolphins win this game if that doesn't happen, but it's a completely different ball game. Like, think about it this way. The Dolphins have the ball with 13 minutes to go in the first quarter, and they just got a 3-and-out. The defensive vibes are going to be high. Their confidence is going to be feeling good. The offense, who knows, maybe they feed off that energy that the defense has got 3-and-out, and they go down and score, rather than the first actual possession they had, down 7-0, where they had to punt it away because of 2 pre-snap penalties and a personal foul by Jonnu Smith, which ended their first drive. Like, the game is a completely different script, and the entire mojo is flipped if you do not muff that punt and gift wrap 7 points to Green Bay. Like I said, I'm not going to come out here and claim that the Dolphins would have won the game, because based on how the rest of the game looked, I'd probably say they still lose. But it is a different script and a probably much more closer game the rest of the way. That's number 3. And before we get out of here, I want to mention one more thing. People will say there are going to be 2 sides to this game. There's going to be the crowd that still want to blame Tua for this loss and the fact that he's not able to do it in cold environments. And there's going to be the side that says it was not his fault because the defense special teams failed him. I think both can be true here. And I do want to combine that. Was Tua the reason why the Dolphins lost?